and thank you for joining us today on Ask the Mayor. We have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Jimmy Bartlett.
Good to be here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you stopping by to talk with us today. Jimmy is a member of the Douglas County School Board. As a matter of fact, he's chairman of the board. Most everyone, I'm sure those who have children in the public school system know you very well, but if there's anyone in our audience that doesn't know you, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been a part of the Douglas County School Board for 11 years. I'll be going into my 12th year next year, and this is my first year as chairman, though. So it's been a good experience being there. Okay.
Are you originally from Douglas County or lived here?
Well, I grew up in South Carolina, but my grandparents have been in Douglas County since the 40s, and I've been back here a long time. So I feel like I'm from Douglas County, certainly.
Okay. And for members of our audience that they don't know much about the school board, is that an elected, and for how many years? Or
yes,
do you
sir.
have districts, or how does that work?
We do. We have a 5-member board, and they are elected. Everybody is elected on the board for 4-year terms, and we have staggered terms. The board chairman is appointed by or elected by members of the board themselves. So I actually represent District 2, which includes part of North Douglasville, most of the Beulah community, and a good part of Lithia Springs north of I-20.
Okay. You know, there are some cities in the state of Georgia, their mayor is voted on by the individual council members. Right. And I know I've served with some of them on the Georgia Municipal Association. And I remember distinctly the mayor of Gainesville. They can be voted off. Mm-hmm. So I guess there are advantages and disadvantages of that, but I have served with some mayors that are in that same situation. Mm-hmm. What piqued your interest to become a member of the school board? I know that was, as you said, 11 years ago.
It was a long time ago. Well, I had a good board member, and he decided not to run again. And so that was the first thing, is we had good representation, I felt like, but my interests were purely selfish. I have 2 children. And one of them this year is a senior at Douglas County High School, and the other one's a senior at Turner Middle School. So,
you're kidding.
So two children in the school system is all the incentive I needed, and it's been great to be able to be involved with the schools and to see the great things going on in our school system. Very proud of the things that are going on out there.
Well, you know, as you were telling that, it made me feel pretty old, because I don't know, I've never mentioned this to you, I don't think. The first time you ran for election, my wife and I are driving to the polls, and you know, I hadn't made up my mind who I was going to vote for. And so as I turn into the voting location, guess who's standing outside with their child? Oh, Jimmy Bartlett.
Okay.
And he's waving and holding a sign, "Vote for my dad." Oh. And so I did, and I'm glad I did now.
Great.
But I hadn't met you at that time, and so that's how I ended up.
They grow up so fast, and you know, just having the opportunity to be involved through these years and watch them and see the things they're learning. I tell you what, we've done some math homework isn't what it was when I was in school.
I could not help. I've got 2 grandsons, and I know I couldn't help them.
The curriculum rigor has really increased, and I think some of the things that we're doing in school now, the opportunities we're creating for children, are really great. We've got our College and Career Institute that's the building opened this year. We've got our Performance Learning Center, which is another way to meet kids along the way, and we've got our International Baccalaureate program that'll be graduating its first class in this coming spring. So we're really got a lot of good things going on.
Well, congratulations. You guys are doing good things, great things in our school system, but I know that you've got a real challenge ahead of you.
We do.
Don Remillard is retiring. He's announced his retirement. And so as chairman of the board, it's got to be a real challenge. What are some of the things that after you got over the shock and they picked you up off of the floor?
That's right.
And when Don told you he was going to retire, that you're either doing or you're planning to do in the future? Yeah,
I can't talk to anybody about the new superintendent without talking about our old superintendent, and he has just done a marvelous job. This is a people business, and he's a people person, and so you're right, getting over the I suppose we knew he's going to retire at some point, but getting over the disappointment of that and looking ahead. There are a lot of different methods we could utilize. Our board unanimously decided to contract with the Georgia School Boards Association. They are our professional organization, and they have done superintendent searches about 200 times through the years.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a process in place that's really pretty good. It's a good system that they follow. And it starts with getting input from board members. What are we looking for? But then the other thing that they've done is a couple weeks ago put up a link that we have right through our school system website, www.douglas.k12.ga.us. And you can go right there, and we're soliciting input from members of the public too. We've had almost 1,000 surveys filled out already. So go right there and click through to the survey and get anybody's input from the community about this process.
So that's the best way. If they're parents or people who live in the community that want to have some input in this search or in this process, the website?
The website is, I think it is the best way because it ranks the areas of importance based on what an individual thinks. So we've been very proactive about eliciting input from the public as well. And that's just the first part of it. There's an entire process. So once that data is gathered, we'll be compiling information to do a brochure, really what we call the fun facts of Douglas County, the facts and figures about our school system, where we're located and so forth, and then the search will be underway. GSBA is just in its final stages of concluding a search for Barrow County out toward Athens, and they had 33 applicants for that position of superintendent. So we expect to get some good response. People know Douglas County, they know Douglasville, and this is a great place to be in. So we expect to get some good response.
Do you typically get a number of applications from within the system, teachers and administrators that are within the system?
Yeah, I would expect that we'll have some people within the system to apply, and we've got some great qualified people. So I'm sure that we'll have some people within the system apply, but we expect to have a number from outside. And then that's where the beauty of utilizing GSBA comes in, because they'll independently evaluate the candidates based on their attributes in comparison to what board members and the community have said are important characteristics. And so they'll rank them, and that'll provide a good focus, objective focus to what's going on. So it'll be a very good, open, and transparent process.
Does the board interview all of those? Do you go through the process, or do they rate and rank and give you the top?
Yeah, that's a great question. They'll rate and rank the top ones, but we have the option to interview whoever we want to. So they're not culling the information and keeping some up from us. We'll have it all, but the committee that they have will say, these are who we rank as the best based on the objective criteria you've already provided for us. So we'll have the opportunity to interview anybody, though.
We do something similar for our boards and authorities. We have a number of positions that come up that we need to fill vacancies. And we typically run, of course, we're not hiring a company for each one of those. Taxpayers couldn't afford it,
right.
As many as we have. But we try to interview every one of those candidates. Of course, we don't have 37 applying for some of those things. And it's important. It really is. And sometimes, if you know someone, after you sit down and you go through the interview process with them, you find out things you didn't know. You thought you knew that person before you.
That's right. And of course, you just talking to people and having a conversation with them, you'll find out a lot about them that doesn't necessarily convey in a piece of paper or a resume.
Sure.
So
now, as a new superintendent, is there a period of time that, I won't say you're on probation, but is there a period of time that you have a contract? I assume you sign a contract with that person. We do.
The superintendent, the contract is going to be a negotiated thing. I'm not, it'll be a board decision, so I can't really speak for the whole board, but I'm sure we'll give careful consideration to ensuring that we have enough of a transition time involved so that we can do a mutual evaluation, because we want the next person, he or she, to be successful. We want to be an outstanding outstanding person like we've had here.
Absolutely.
So
you may have a hard time.
we are going to have a hard time, and those are going to be big shoes to fill. But the good thing is, anybody coming in, Don Remillard is well known throughout the state. So
Sure.
people coming in will recognize, boy, I'm going to apply for this job, and I know I've got big shoes to fill. Well. But yeah, as far as the contract goes, there will be several different items that could be negotiated along the way. But I would expect anybody coming in to take their time to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses that we have in our school system before making any kind of radical changes. We've got a lot of good things going on, and I think a wise person will come in and evaluate where we are, what those strengths are, and figure out the best way to leverage them going forward.
Well, Douglas County is a good place to live.
It is.
It's a good school system. I talked with Don earlier, and we had a conversation about all the new schools that have been built and all the new technology that you have in schools. So since we've been a growing community, we have a lot of things, I'm sure, in the school system that are new. It's
That's right.
Unlike a community where the population's pretty well stayed the same.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of, we have a lot of new facilities. We're doing a lot of work on some of our older facilities as well with some splost money that voters graciously approved. Just this past summer, we did Burnett Elementary. We did a major renovation of Burnett Elementary. We did a major renovation of Beulah Elementary, and we've got a couple more schools. Eastside, which is located in the city,
Absolutely.
Will be one of those targeted, as well as Lithia Springs Elementary. So we'll be doing some major refreshes there too, and it's really good to see. We talk a lot about the new schools, but circling back around to the old facilities and upgrading those has been a great rewarding experience
Sure,
too.
absolutely.
So.
Now, it's a daunting task that you have to hire a new person. When do you expect that you'll have that person on board?
Well,
or what's your goal?
Yeah, well, following the timeline along, we expect by spring we should have that person identified. Our goal is to, if at all possible, to bring that person in early so that they can work side by side with Mr. Remillard for a period of time.
That would be tremendous.
It would be. We think that's going to be a great thing. And of course, with Mr. Remillard announcing his retirement at the end of this school year, that gives us some leeway. And so ultimately, if we could have this resolved by early spring, maybe late winter, and have that person working alongside Don, I think that'll give us the best opportunity to have a good transition.
Well, good. Well, let me thank you for all the hard work that you're doing.
Thank you.
To provide the best education possible to the children that are in Douglas County. I know it's no easy task that you have. If there are things that you would like to say to our parents and people that are out there and maybe they have questions about the transition or anything, how do they get in touch with either you or their school board member? Is that the best?
Yeah, we tend to, with our districts, each board member representing a district, we like to have the first chance to serve. So I'd say that every one of our board members would like to hear from anybody that's one of their constituents. So any kind of question, probably the easiest way in this day and age is email. We all have it, and it's right there, and it's easily done. But I'd love to hear from anybody that has questions. Our meetings are also advertised, open to the public, and we have great information available on our website. Now, there's a neat feature on our website that you can sign up for. It's called a Notify Me link, and you can put your email address in there, and anytime something new is posted on there, you'll get a little blurb letting you know.
Okay,
so parents can do that for their children's schools as well. So we're looking at all kind of different ways to leverage technology to get communication out
And each
there.
of the school board members' email address is listed on your...
It is. It's listed on the main Douglas County school system website, and then of course the school level websites are listed right on there as well.
Right.
So.
Well, thank you for coming in today.
Well, thank you
It's
for
been a
having
pleasure
me.
talking with you.
It's been great. Thank you.
And if I can help you in any way as you move forward with this, as I said earlier, this daunting task, please don't hesitate.
All right.
to-
Thank you very much.